She made a boat.
I only made one boat, but
yeah, but that's still one more than Jake and I. We don't make boats.
Joel, you don't know how many boats I've made.
Jake,
how many
you've
boats
made
have you
shit.
made?
You haven't made a single fucking boat in your life.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
I'm just going to jump into it. So much of the craziness in this movie revolves around people being annoyed at how unnaturally perfect the two of you are as a couple. So I was wondering, as co-stars, what is the most unnaturally perfect thing about the other person in this Zoom that just annoys the hell out of you because they're so great?
Yeah, it's Joel's beard. I mean, look at that beard. How could you not be annoyed?
That is
I'm
a
so
great beard.
intimidated. I've been working on mine for just, weeks, and it's not even close. So
I'm shooting the Revenant 3 right now. So it's really difficult. It's hard work. So I sacrifice for it.
Wait, did I miss the Revenant 2?
Yeah, that's in the can, and now Revenant 3, the Reckoning.
Joel's playing the bear.
I'm in.
Yeah, I'm playing all the bears. It's a family of bears. It's like the Clumps, where I can just play every character. What am I saying? Oh, here's the thing about Carrie is that acting is. So she's got like a science podcast, and not just like it's Carrie and this is science. She knows all this stuff. Then she makes boats. And I'm not kidding. She made a boat.
I only made one boat, but
yeah, but that's still one more than Jake and I. We don't make boats.
Joel, you don't know how many boats I've made.
Jake, you've made shit. You haven't made a single fucking boat in your life. I guarantee it.
It's true.
You have the same amount. You put the same amount of time and effort into your hair and beard as I do. I can tell.
It's very true. It's very true.
Just think how many boats you guys could have built if you didn't care so much about the facial hair.
No, Carrie will be like, we'll be on set. I'll be freaking out of my lines. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm just finishing this third volume on superconductivity. And then I'll be like, great. And I'll be like, just tell me more about Halt and Catch Fire. And then we can talk. Yeah. So.
Listen, I'm a girl who likes physics. What can I say?
That again, you hear that phrase all the time coming out of actors.
All the time. I get that at junkets all the time. That's a common junket phrase that you hear whenever you do these things. That's amazing. So to that degree, keeping on sort of the topic of friends being brutally honest and being annoyed by you, I've always wondered, when you're in this industry and what you do for a living is incredibly cool and incredibly appealing to a lot of people, how brutally honest your friends are about your work? Like, if you do something they don't like, do you have friends that will come to you and be like, yeah, that was crap?
Oh, I lie all the time. How about you, Carrie?
You kind of have to. You got to do the white lie. But my friends will tell me if they are not into a thing that I did. And I honestly appreciate that. And it means it's the biggest compliment when they come and they say, oh, that's something. And usually it's always comes with like the actually. That's a show I actually liked. And that is always like the biggest compliment. But I like it. I don't like the empty praise. Not for me. You can go to Joel with that if you want.
Yeah. I'm happy to, like, Jake, this is the greatest interview I've ever done. And
so the beautiful thing about editing is I can just edit that phrase out and just air that part, and my bosses will be like, well done.
Very smart. Now, my kids will watch Community and they'll be like, we really enjoyed that episode except for your acting. And I'll be like, geez. And then I'm like, really? They'll like leave the room. I'm like, thanks, kids. I love you. You're welcome for me bringing you into this world or helping.
Speaking of Community, I am, like many people, a big fan of Community, and I actually rewatched it during the pandemic. And like many people, obviously, I have been waiting on that Community movie. In fact, I just interviewed the Russo brothers a couple of weeks ago and told them, like, I really want a Community movie. And before I was going to ask you on the status of the movie, I actually sort of did a quick Google search to see if you'd commented on it recently. And I found 5 years worth of interviews of you giving comments on the status of it. So I guess my question now is, are you sick and tired of people asking you about the Community movie?
Well, Jake, I can reveal some news right here. We've already shot it, and it already was released. And I'm offended that you didn't. That somehow you've missed it. So
was that The Revenant 2?
It's The Revenant 3. No, I don't get tired of the question. I just wish Donald Glover's career had taken off and that he had made something of himself. But no, you never. I mean, with Netflix, with that whole thing coming on, with Netflix people finding it again, the conversation has started again, and we just need like $120 million to pull it off. So let's do it.
We could sell one of Carrie's boats.
It's nice. It's a yacht. I think Dan Blazarian bought one of them. It is elaborate.
I really want to see that boat. That actually sounds incredibly amazing. They're giving me the wrap up. They said I only have a couple of minutes left. So I just want to ask, as we wrap up, I was telling you guys that so one of the most complimentary things I can give about this movie is that I don't want to ruin it for people. And in fact, I actually love that the trailer, it dives into some stuff, but it doesn't even give a lot of the amazing aspects of this movie away. So in that regard, sort of keeping with the theme of spoilers, what is the biggest movie plot point or TV plot point that a friend has spoiled for you?
Ooh. Boy. Carrie?
The only thing that came to mind was that in the movie Field of Dreams, they actually say what Rosebud is in Citizen Kane, and just the world being what it is, I saw Field of Dreams before I ever saw Citizen Kane. So Field of Dreams ruined Citizen Kane for me.
I remember when The Crying Game came out. I think, Carrie, you were about 10, but all anybody said was, boy, that movie, there is a surprise. Boy, I did not expect that. And everybody said that. So as soon as I start watching, I'm like, oh, I know what the surprise is. And I was like, it lost a little bit. So I'm sorry, Neil Jordan. They just over promoted your movie.
Well, I hope that we over-promote Revenant 3 because I'm really looking forward to that. And more importantly, I'm going to over-promote the hell out of it. I've really been looking forward to this interview all day, guys. I love the movie. It's the first nice day of the year here in Chicago. And all my friends are outside walking their dogs. And I said, no, I'm staying inside at least until I wrap up the interview. So I appreciate you taking the time to chat with me. And I'm such a big fan of you guys. And really, it's a pleasure to chat with you.
Thanks,
oh, great.
Jake. And I'll
Get
see you
out
at Gold.
there.
Yeah, go to Gold Coast Dogs now.
I'm going. We're going. We're going. All right, guys. We'll see you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.